Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today for a virtual tour of Vulcan Park and Museum. I'm Casey and I work in the education department here. I'm so excited to have you and I hope that you enjoy this introduction to our museum, which focuses on the history of the city of Birmingham and of course Vulcan himself. Today we will be learning about the Great Depression and World War II in Birmingham. If you have any questions, please comment below and be sure to follow us on social media for updates and info about our next episode. Thank you.
And welcome back to Vulcan Park and Museum. We've already been through the early teens and the 1920s. Now we're going to talk more about the 1930s in Birmingham. Remember, our museum is set up like a time machine. And a lot of you have heard about the Great Depression. In the late 1920s, 1929, the stock market crashed and there was a huge depression. A lot of people lost their jobs. Birmingham was considered the most hit city with unemployment during the Depression. We lost over 100,000 jobs because our primary industry was the iron and steel industry. It was devastating. It didn't matter if you were rich or if you were poor. Everybody was in the same boat, but everybody helped each other. If your neighbor had something to offer, they would offer it to you. The federal government would set up soup kitchens to help everybody. It was a terrible time for a lot of people, but we made things happen and we made things work. Here we are in the Depression, and then we had to go fight a war. Ironically, the war helped us to get out of the Depression. Because what do you need to fight a war? You need airplanes, and you need tanks, and you need bombs, and you need guns. And what is all that stuff made out of? It's made out of iron and steel. And because of the war, Birmingham's economy starts to spur up again, and there's a huge demand for iron and steel products. Also during the war, there were a lot of young men who went to fight the war who normally would be working in the factories and the places. So for the first time, women went to work in the factories to help make the bombs and the airplanes. They played a great role. Everybody played a great role in helping to win the war. So Birmingham, even though was one of the hardest hit cities during the Depression, it was one of the first cities to make a comeback as well.